It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome, NBA fans. Ernie Johnson here with you again, and we've got Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal, and we're all amped up for this early season game. And our coverage tonight will be coming to you from Milwaukee, where the Bucks will be going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And for Cleveland, coming off a loss in the first game of the season, they'll no doubt be anxious to put tonight's contest in the win column and avoid an 0-2 start. You know, it seems, fellas, like every time LeBron takes the court, he has a chance to pass another career milestone. When it's all said and done, where do you think he ends up on the NBA's all-time scoring list, Shaq?
Well, it'll be very hard for him to make a run at the top two, Ernie. However, it's never a good idea to doubt LeBron because he's already passed me up in the scoring list, so you can't doubt the guy.
He's got that going for him. How about it,
man, Ernie, I just think how long he plays. If he plays, 17, 18 years, he's going to be in the top two. But if he stops at about 15 and says, I just want to spend time with my kids, then I don't think so.
That does it for us for now. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you later.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
The crowd is assembled at BMO Harris Bradley Center looking for a Bucks victory here in Milwaukee. And we've got it right here for you on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter David Aldridge. The Milwaukee Bucks come into this one after the win against the Celtics in Boston.
And the story of that game was their terrific rhythm on the offensive end.
Yeah, I thought they were terrific at getting the ball moved, played so well together that night. Really shared the ball and looked for each other at a high level.
Yeah, before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Well, Kevin, LeBron James does not mind being a vocal leader. He said conflict was just part of the game for me growing up. I played outdoors, and if you didn't win, you might not play again for the rest of the day. Now I'm the leader of this team, and I expect nothing less than greatness out of all of us. I'm going to hold everyone accountable, including myself. Kevin?
And that's so great to hear, D.A. LeBron is a proven leader and champion, as we all know, expects to contend for a championship every year. And Clark, tonight we have an incredible matchup at the guard position. What do you think we'll see?
Well, both of these guys are outstanding scorers, and they get their own shot rather easily, so that'll be fun to watch. And not only can they get their own shot, but they're both good at creating for others as well. So I tell you what, this could be a doozy, Kevin. This could really be a lot of fun to watch.
So Cleveland will get the first possession. Love dishes to James. Back to Love. And Parker with the block. All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. On the court for Cleveland, LeBron and Love are the deadly forward pair. Isaiah Thomas out there with Dwayne Wade. And it's Thompson in at the 5 spot. And so the Milwaukee Bucks get the first points of the ballgame. Thomas kicks to Thompson. Cleveland moving it around. Middleton against Wade. And here's Love for 3. Another miss by Love. So it's the Bucks now. We're about 1 minute into the first. Fades away. Monroe's shot is good.
And you just got to really like the versatility of Monroe. He's really stretching the defense with how he strokes it from the mid-range area.
Thompson, a screen on Brogdon. Down low. And it's Wade in the corner. LeBron outside. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
And Antetokounmpo's 7'3" wingspan, extraordinary. I mean, he's effective in rejecting shots, bothering shots, and stealing the ball. Well, I like watching him get after it on the glass now, staying active, and usually that leads to good things.
Milwaukee shooting their first free throw of the night.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line.
And, you know, you take a look at the Bucks in this roster now. A few trades, but they have some really nice homegrown talent. Giannis is a legit superstar they were able to draft late in the lottery, and Parker, another building block that they drafted.
Screen by Parker. Out left of the wing. Pass to Brogdon. Here's Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo schemes it in.
I tell you, that's why Antetokounmpo is so feared league wide. I mean, when he's close to the rim, he's most likely going to flush it on you.
Here's James. Kicks it out to Love. Wade passes to Love. James outside. And it's off from three-point range.
I think they got to get it going. A 1 for 5 start, not what they wanted.
Passes to Brogdon. Monroe sets a screen for Brogdon. Over Thomas. And another basket for Milwaukee.
And just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
Yeah, I like the quick release, Greg. He does a nice job getting it up quickly, especially when he's facing a bigger defender.
Here's James. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
Man, you got to respect and appreciate how polished LeBron is inside. I mean, he really excels at creating opportunities for himself close to the rim.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. A 23-point game for him in the win against Boston.
And don't forget about the 4 blocks. Just a big all-around game, particularly on the defensive side.
Now Wade, after Jabari Parker missed from long range. Here's Thompson. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And setting the tone early with a strong move to the rack.
Yeah, I like the aggressiveness and the fearlessness there, Greg. I mean, very committed to getting the shot he wanted.
Monroe, no good.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Clearly a frustrating missed opportunity there. Perfect screen, got him the space he needed, but he bricked it.
The Cavaliers shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one. He misses the free throw.
Man, the confidence and flair that Wade plays with, uniquely his own. A dynamite 2-guard who is also a clutch performer.
Bucks leading by 3. Middleton on the wing. Monroe outside. Back to Middleton. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers.
Boy, the defense did an awesome job there, Kevin. Big-time work. Really distracting him, throwing off the shot. That's how you do it on D.
Now here's Thompson. He's coming off a 16-point game against Boston.
And equally impressive on the backboards. I thought his rebounding was huge.
You know, Love is, as we've seen, a solid passer for a big man. Great at breaking down the defense and firing the pass to an open teammate.
Here's Antetokounmpo following the basket by LeBron James. For 3, Middleton. A 3-pointer is right on target. The Cavaliers trail by 4. Love outside. Thomas dishes to Thompson. Antetokounmpo against LeBron. Parker kept alive. He can't hit that time. Cleveland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Here's James. Cleveland gets it back. And Love has it in the corner. Second chance shot. That one's not going to go. And Milwaukee the other way now. This their first chance this season playing the Cavaliers.
Yeah, 2 conference rivals. I mean, they'll play each other a total of 4 times this season.
Yeah, plenty of opportunity here, guys, to get on each other's bad side. I mean, if they weren't already. Should make for some fairly high drama.
So it's the Cavaliers now, following the bucket by the Bucks. James kicks to Thompson. Count it. Thompson's got his second basket.
And I'll tell you what, guys, I think that's the best part of James's game, and he's got a lot of good parts, but his vision is otherworldly.
There's the feed to Parker. They set the pick. He dishes it to Middleton. Just 5 to shoot. Lets it go with a 3. Excellent D from Wade. The Cavaliers trail by 4. Outside Thomas. He feeds it to Love. Antetokounmpo against James. Misses from close range. Here's Middleton. Boy, he was something else against Boston. They get it again.
If you're a pro, you got to drain that shot. I mean, it doesn't matter who you are. The defense left him wide open. Pros make those.
Scooped up. Second shot opportunity.
That was terrific defensive awareness from Monroe, knowing where to be in order to come up with these rejections.
Here's Love. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved a layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low.
And I love the way he uses his size there to make sure he gets that board.
Rose kicks to Love. Rose passes to Smith. Pulls from the top of the key, and it's Rose. This time the assist by Smith. Rose has got the game tied up here for Cleveland. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating.
Well, how about the concentration of Antetokounmpo? I mean, he expects to get hit when he's taking it strong to the rim, and still is able to muscle his way through contact.
Love dishes to Smith. Outside jumper. Back to Smith. Expanding his range. And that one's good. Shumpert. Shumpert's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. The Bucks shooting 47% here so far.
Boy, you take a look at Jason Kidd, and he's clearly one of those players that just has a mind for the game. Throughout his career, you saw how well he saw the court, felt the game, and how he created scoring chances for his teammates, and was also very heady at the defensive end. One of the very cerebral Hall of Fame players we've had in the history of the league.
And Love has it in the corner. Left side Rose. It's a pick by Love. Shot off the pick. Crowder kicks to Smith. Fires from deep. The rebound by the Bucks. And with Kidd, he was one of those players that when he got into coaching, you just said, of course, it makes too much sense given how much of an on-the-court leader he was.
Yeah, and you know what? You're exactly right. I felt the same way about Kidd. And when you play with some players, you just get that feeling with how they approach the game. And even in your role as a broadcaster, mine too, we get to talk to players and you get a feeling of whether they'll coach or not. Even in college, you could tell he was a special player with kind of a unique view of the game as well.
Dellavedova kicks to Antetokounmpo. And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
And when the Greek Freak takes flight, I mean, he's looking to tear that rim apart. So ferocious in his throwdowns.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. The Bucks making a switch here. Henson's checked in. And a lot of scorers in the NBA just demand so much attention when they have the ball. Which players you think, Clark, in your eyes, gets the most attention from a defense?
Well, I mean, how about the MVP of last season, Russell Westbrook? I mean, you can't take your eyes off of him when you're watching the game and certainly when you're playing against him. And you've got to know where Steph Curry is at all times, whether he has the ball or not. He's that dangerous. And James Harden is one of those guys who's a magnet for attention as well. And you always can throw LeBron James in any conversation about most watched players or most focused on players.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Rose passes to Love. Crowder kicks to Rose. Puts it up. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And where the shot's been coming from tonight, here's a look broken down by paint, mid-range, and three-point shot attempts so far for the Bucks.
And they've pretty much ignored the corner three tonight. It's a useful shot to have. It really forces the D out wide and opens things up in the middle. And you all may have heard this before, but I can't resist this fun fact about Kevin Love. His uncle was one of the founding members of the band The Beach Boys.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. He's got 7.
Beautiful reverse jam right there.
Use the rim to protect the ball, I think.
Outstanding awareness and a terrific finish. You know, there's a lot to like about Giannis and what he does on the floor. You've got to take notice of his defense, even though he's terrific offensively as well. Incredible length and size. Really lets him match up with anybody. He actually erases a lot of mistakes from the weak side with his shot blocking ability, too.
Here's Crowder trying to claw his way back after a terrible showing in that loss to Boston. It's a pick by Love. Smith dishes to Love. Here's Rose. Cans the 12-footer. Rose has got 7 points.
And that's just an intelligent play by Rose, taking advantage of whatever the D gives him.
Dellavedova kicks to Antetokounmpo. Here's Maker. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Bucks lead by 3.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Yeah, nothing major, not a huge advantage, but certainly a good sign for them going forward.
Fast break, Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo running. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. That one on Love.
You know, even though Antetokounmpo is a bigger guy, longer guy, he handles and passes like a point guard. I mean, he's always on the lookout for how he can set up his teammates for good shots.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Green, he's checked in for Love. And it's Korver in for Shumpert.
Hey, that reach of Henson, remarkably long, unbelievably long. And that allows him to wipe away shots effectively. Defense has no answer for him. I mean, none. They look completely lost. He's been on fire.
Here's Rose. Giannis Antetokounmpo making his last shot. And the wide open shot from Crowder. Crowder with another miss. Milwaukee leading by 7. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. In the corner, Snell with it. Now here is Dellavedova. 9 points last game. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That's his first foul of the game. And the bonus will go to the free throw line.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
The Bucks shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And Dellavedova is a hard-nosed guy, tough guy, somebody who hustles for loose balls all the time. His teammates absolutely love his energy.
Over in the corner, Green. A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. The Bucks on top as they end the first quarter with a tremendous 17-7 run. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And we got a chance to hear from LeBron James about the hard work and preparation he brings into every game.
Go back and I'm able to, read the scouting report, and also when I get to the arena, I also watch more film on each and every guy that's going to be playing, guys that I know I may be, matched up against, throughout the night. So I'm not surprised by anything if it happens throughout the game. So it's a lot of preparation that goes in, to just one game, just trying to get one win, but that's what it takes to win good.
I think you'd have to say the preparation really shows on the court in his play, and rarely does he look surprised out there or caught off guard.
And Kevin, that's really just the mark of a total pro. And I don't think oftentimes the fans appreciate how much goes in terms of preparation. Some guys get it and some guys don't. But he's a perfect example of what proper preparation means in terms of preventing a poor performance.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. When you consider how the Bucks are doing, what do you guys think?
For me, that defense in the first period, just tremendous shot blocking.
Yeah, it's been impressive for me too, Greg. I mean, they've snuffed out a lot of shots, and I think they've had an intimidating effect on the opponent.
On the floor for Cleveland getting going here in the second. We've got Jay Crowder. Green is out there with Jefferson. Then there's Kyle Korver. And it's Rose in at the point guard. Tries from 7. And Henson sends it back. Dishes it to Maker. Korver with the defensive effort.
You know what? His finishing ability, not really at the level that you would expect from a pro, but he's going to have to start playing with more force.
Snell, that's good.
No excuse for that kind of defense. I'm positive they're upset about that.
For the Cleveland Cavaliers, they come in off the loss to the Boston Celtics. Back to Rose. In the corner, it's Jefferson. Outside Rose. Green, the screen. They need this. And it's Green with the jam.
And Green getting off the floor there for the dunk. Really like watching him sky up for those.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. Shoots over Korver. Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo's got 6 in the quarter.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Well, it's interesting. The defense continues to back off, expecting them to attack the rack, but they just continue to pull up and knock down those mid-range jumpers.
Rose, no good.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession. Well, last season, LeBron very outspoken, saying the Cavs were too top-heavy. The Irving trade has brought them some much-needed depth.
The Cavaliers trail by 16. Jefferson has a wide-open look. No good from outside. For Milwaukee, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. It's stolen by Korver.
Get out, Jefferson.
Left side Rose. And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. There's Green with the 3, and another miss by Cleveland.
And you talk about the depth for the Cavs. Crucial when facing a team like the Golden State Warriors. If everything comes together, I think there's a chance their trade with Boston might give them a better shot at winning it all.
Now Rose. Jeff Green missing from long range. Here's Crowder. And Henson pulls it down.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Snell kicks to Henson. Lets a floater go. Jefferson with some nice D. The Cavaliers trail by 16. And Rose wide open. He shoots. And good. He got the English that time as it falls.
Boy, I tell you, he has been lights out. Sadly, they're still behind. He needs his guys to step up.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Kyle Korver. And we watch Giannis out there. He just looked unstoppable, Greg, at times. The way he's able to attack the rim, the blend of size, speed, and length is just unparalleled in the NBA.
And it's the movement that throws you off with Giannis. One step, and he's gone from the 3 line to the rim. There isn't any way to stop someone that skilled who's that big.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Jabari Parker's checked in for Thon Maker. Chris Middleton comes in for Tony Snell. And Malcolm Brogdon subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. And the Bucks making a change here. Monroe's checked in. Now, here's Thomas. He's coming off a 10-point game against Boston.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
And, you know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
And they pick up 2.
Yeah, you know, when you shoot the ball as well as Middleton does, you want to be hungry and looking for your shots. I mean, shot hungry is a good thing when you've got the stroke that he has, mid-range and long distance.
The Cavaliers again can't hit. Milwaukee leading by 18. Parker with it. Now Green defending. Now Brogdon. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Celtics in Boston.
And it was not a one-man show. That was the best part. He had just as good a game with his passing as he did with his scoring.
And here is Thomas after Jabari Parker made that last three-pointer. To halt the run, outside for Thomas. There's the three. The rebound by the Bucks. Monroe's got his 6th rebound on the night.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
And that one's good, Brogdon.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
And it's the Cavaliers with the ball, following the three by Milwaukee. Here's James. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. 6 points for LeBron.
Could easily have been an and one there. James converting through the contact.
Screen by Monroe. Brogdon against Thomas. Monroe with a screen on Thomas. Trying to get open is Monroe. The pass to Brogdon. And the rejection by James. And here's Middleton. 5 points in the game. Monroe, the pass to Middleton. Parker with a clean look. Off target from three-point range.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack.
Stolen by Henson. Parker kicks to Henson. Brogdon against Thomas. Brogdon the pass to Monroe. That one goes. Count it. Monroe's got 8 points.
Man, I love how intense Monroe is in the paint. If he has the ball close to the bucket, he's thinking about scoring every time, which is how you should think when you're inside.
Timeout called, Cleveland. Clark, you know we like to reach out to the fans and have them send in questions, so I've got one right now. Here's Alex in Ohio, of all places. He asks, what sport other than basketball are you best at?
I specialized early, Alex. I was a decent athlete, had good hands, could catch and throw a football pretty well, but didn't like the contact there. Right now, I'm actually just a good workout guy, and I'm trying to become a better than average golfer.
There's Brogdon following the score by Cleveland. Screen by Parker. Henson dishes to Middleton, 20 feet out. Cavaliers with the rebound.
And there was no effort on behalf of the defense. None. I mean, the shooter has to be upset with himself for missing that shot.
Smith with a screen on Parker. Off the screen. And the jam by J.R. Smith.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Milwaukee leading by 20. Brogdon with it. 7 points in the game. Parker outside. Brogdon against Thomas. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Up again. Here's Monroe. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
This is his second attempt at the line tonight.
And he shot 74 from the line a season ago.
Well, you look at the Bucks offense, and they were very hard to stop when they got going. Near the top of the league in effective field goal percentage, which is a huge statistic. They did so despite not taking many three-pointers compared to the other top teams.
Yeah, you think about it. They led the league in how many of their threes were assisted on, Kevin. About 90% of them. And while they would look to the three-point shot, it was the result of ball movement, which often led to a good look. Still, their first look, though, back to that effective field goal percentage, was to get the ball inside.
Now Parker, following the miss by J.R. Smith from deep, pulls up, high post. Henson, great positioning on the putback.
And, you know, Henson's height and length and reach makes him a force on the glass. He does a nice job chasing down those rebounds.
Now here's LeBron. 23 points for him the last game against Boston.
And he also controlled the backboard as well. I mean, he really did a terrific job.
Wade on the wing, tries yet again. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
A moment now to see the stats for Wade. A very nice season for him last year. Last season, he averaged 18 points per, 3 assists and 4 rebounds. And every team in the league needs shooting. That's what he brings coming off the pine.
And there's always a demand for shooters, man. Half jumper will travel. I'm telling you. Most championship teams, they have a bunch of those guys who can put it in the basket.
Now Cleveland shooting a cool 28% in the second quarter. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Back to Thompson, stolen by Monroe. And here we go. It's Brogdon on the wing. And it's off the back rim, no good.
Not surprising he missed that one, though, Kevin. I mean, the defense was very aggressive on him there.
Middleton against Wade. And Thompson sends it back. Here's Thomas. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
Oh, the defense had gone to sleep, so you got to knock that one down.
In the corner, it's Brogdon. Henson against Smith. Henson sets a screen for Brogdon. Back to Henson. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way. Henson's got 4 this quarter.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Greg, the play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
Now here's Thomas. And Thompson kicks to LeBron. 5 on the clock. They need this one. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And the leadership James brings to this team is incredibly valuable. When things get tight, they look to the king to provide for them.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Akers checked in for Monroe. Tony Snell comes in for Henson. Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Chris Middleton. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Brogdon. Then for the Cavaliers, Love's checked in for Thompson. Shumpert comes in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Rose in for Thomas. Now here's Antetokounmpo. He's got 19. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Man, this kid is a remarkable athlete who knows how to put the ball in the basket. His offensive attack is really lethal. He's a special talent, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Shumpert, no good. Milwaukee's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. The shot by Antetokounmpo, nobody around, and another basket for Milwaukee.
You know, this quarter has been all him, all about him. They're getting it to him in his spots, and he's taking over.
Kicks it out to LeBron. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Milwaukee Bucks. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Coach Jason Kidd. Jason, how do you feel about your team's performance?
I feel great. You know, we're sharing the ball, we're making the extra pass, but we're attacking the paint, and if we can continue to do that, it puts us in a good seat.
Jason, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, y'all. Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. It was a big-time first quarter for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 23 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 steal. Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks' first half?
They've done a lot of things well, but the way they've taken care of the basketball, valuing each possession so critical to the tempo, so crucial to the offensive flow. They've got a great rhythm, as smart and as safe as they're playing. They made it clear they're not going to beat themselves today.
Shaq, how do you think Cleveland played?
They were not running an efficient offense. The shot selection has to improve. It's as simple as that. Too many guys working as individuals, not as a team. They need to work as a unit, Ernie. Move the ball.
And that is just about going to wrap it up as the second half is moments away. Down to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the crew.
Welcome back to the Great Lakes. We're back on the shores of Lake Michigan here in Milwaukee, and the buildings in the background at Sunset in Wisconsin. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, anything can happen. Anthem in this game has been everywhere.
His points production thus far off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter where he is on the floor either, Greg. He's making it look very easy.
Milwaukee's gone 5 of 9 when they put up the 3-point shot tonight. Parker is the 4 with Monroe in the middle. On the perimeter, it's Middleton and Giannis. And it's Brogdon in at the point guard position. That's the group for Milwaukee right now.
Well, I tell you what, tremendous work rate in getting to the glass by Parker. If you don't box him out, he'll make you pay for it.
James wide open. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. 11 points for LeBron.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
As well he should, Greg. I mean, he always is looking to score the ball, even more so when he's hot. I like the mindset.
And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And James is solid at penetrating inside, phenomenal at driving right to where he wants to go.
And Clark, if you're a player on a cold streak, either in a game or over a couple games, does that tend to stay with you and get in your head?
It's been so long since I played, Kevin. I would like to think that it didn't with me because the games came so fast. You're playing 3, 4, 5 times a week. You don't have time to loiter on a good game or bad game because the next one is on top of you. So I typically was able to get on to the next play within a game and to the next game after the prior game.
The Cavaliers shooting about 35% from the floor. Not much falling for them. 3-pointer. Good for basket number 6 from him in the contest. He's shooting 6 for 12.
Man, it's so good to see LeBron James rise up with confidence from deep. That's a part of his game that he continues to improve on, and it's actually become quite efficient.
Unloads from 13, and the shot is long.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Baseline jumper. Rebound by Greg Monroe. Monroe's got 11 rebounds in the game.
This offense's first miss after 3 straight makes to start the second half.
Back to Middleton. Shot on the wing. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Everything working for them out of the half as they've hit 4 of their first 5 shots.
Here's Brogdon. He's got 7. Feeds it to Parker. Screen by Monroe. And that one's good. Parker's got 4 points in the quarter.
Man, you can just see how polished Parker is inside. His post game just shines and glows and glitters. I mean, if he gets the ball in a good spot, he's really comfortable going to work.
And Thomas, here we go. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. LeBron's got 3 assists tonight.
I don't think they have anybody to blame but themselves there. I mean, that's just inexcusable to let a guy get this deep inside.
Antetokounmpo passes to Parker. Back to Antetokounmpo. Parker, a screen on James. Here's Antetokounmpo, and it's in there. Antetokounmpo's got 25 points in the game.
And Giannis is a beast, a Greek freak, a dominant player on the offensive end.
Timeout called the Cavaliers.
Definitely not pleased with their rebounding at the defensive end. The number of putbacks they've allowed has been terrible. I'm sure that's what he's going to address during this timeout.
Brogdon against Thomas. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Love. And a look here at the shot chart for Milwaukee.
This is the shot chart of a dominant performance. I mean, he's taking a lot of shots because right now he believes that every shot he does take is going in. And who can blame him with the way he's played? Simply outstanding work coming from him.
You really can't disregard the sniping ability of Parker. I mean, when he gets comfortable from there, he can knock down three-pointers.
The drive by James and finished off by LeBron.
And really scored most of their points, but he can't score them all, guys. He's going to have to get somebody else to step up.
Milwaukee's gone 6 of 10 from three-point range, up over 50% for the ball game. Brogdon kicks to Monroe. And basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
I'm always appreciative of the aggressive mindset. Get it down in the paint and go to work with confidence.
LeBron is doubled. Love kicks to LeBron. That's in there. Love with the assist. Love's got 3 assists in the game.
And they're showing much more focus here in the second half. More effort as well. And their offense starting to show signs of life.
A shot by Brogdon wide open. And another 3 for Milwaukee.
And if you're not defended or unmarked, Monroe will find you. Terrific vision from the big man.
Love with the screen on Parker. LeBron kicks to Love. Brogdon against Thomas. It's over Brogdon with the tip. And there's Thompson putting it right back in. Thompson's got 8.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Cavaliers with the rebound. Love's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And Thompson kicks to Wade. It's a pick by Love. Wade dishes to Thompson. Thomas outside. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
Taking a look now at some numbers for Chris Middleton. Good season for him last year. Put up about 14 points per, 4 rebounds and 3 assists. And I think he's got to be pretty pleased with his output. And you know he's always looking to push himself.
Yeah, you know, really solid numbers across the board here, Greg. I mean, he contributes in a multitude of ways for this club.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, I'm sure he's frustrated, Greg, because nothing is falling right now. But he's going to keep chipping away at it, and that's the attitude. Stay with it.
And after an abysmal first half from the field, the shots now starting to fall. And for Isaiah Thomas, he shouldn't have too much of an issue fitting in with the Cavs. I mean, he played AAU with Kevin Love. He can distribute and score. Same role as Irving had when he was with the Cavs.
And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
And you know what? He's shaking off the cold shooting performance from the first half.
Monroe sets a screen for Antetokounmpo. Screened by Parker. Stolen by Thompson. All going up court. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Milwaukee?
And I like how they've taken the high percentage shot in the paint. In that first half, we saw them doing it, and they've continued to succeed as the game has worn on.
They've consistently drilled the mid-range jumper tonight as well, which has forced the D to come out on them.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Makers checked in for Monroe. Tony Snell comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Brogdon. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And there's the foul against Cleveland.
And really what it comes down to is great players finding ways to make it work. IT has been getting it done for quite some time. Knows he moved into an incredible opportunity with the Cavs.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Rose is checked in. And clearly Tyronn Lue wants to talk it over.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Yeah, there's no reason why they should be scoring at will down there easily as they have. I mean, they've got to be more aggressive inside.
Here's Corver, pass to Love. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. And the dunk by Parker.
That giant wingspan of Antetokounmpo, man, wreaking havoc on opposing players and really mucking up passing lanes too, man. He can be everywhere with that ferocious motor and those long arms.
Rose attacking. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. Rose has got 11 points.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys too.
Dellavedova kicks to Parker. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
He's flipped the script here in this half, shooting a much higher percentage from the field. Well, I tell you what, he is a deceptive athlete. When you look at Jabari Parker, he does a lot of things easily from an athletic standpoint. He's stronger than he looks, has much bounce and agility. Man, I love this guy's upside. Just hope he can stay healthy.
And here's Rose outside. Here's Love. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. 6 points for him.
Boy, Love is really good at getting inside the paint, establishing position, has an excellent feel for how to score around the basket.
Snell, no good. Cleveland's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Now here's Rose. He's got 11. It's stolen by Maker. To the middle, here's Snell, and the rejection by Smith. Right side, Rose. Smith up top. From deep three-point range, Rose can't get that one to fall. And for Parker, it seems that everything he does on the floor is slightly deceptive. Moves smoothly, Clark, but covers a ton of ground with his steps.
Yeah, despite his size, he's got a gracefulness that belies his size. He's smooth and effortless in all that he does. A lot of players matched up on him just get overwhelmed by his explosiveness, and his skill set is right on par with his athleticism. That's a dangerous combo.
Henson's checked in for the Bucks. And Cleveland with a change here, too. Shumpert is checked in for Kyle Korver. Out Dellavedova. Outside, Antetokounmpo. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. And the Cavs over the last few seasons setting records when it comes to three-pointers made.
And really, they did a good job of surrounding LeBron with floor spacers. They doubled down on that when they got Channing Frye. And then when he and Kevin Love play together in the front court, the Cavs can bury you with their long-range shooting.
That's a pick by Love. Rose goes in. Three-pointer, Crowder. That one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Crowder.
And a chance here to check out some stats on Kevin Love. Great showing for him last season. 8th in rebounding. And he'd make you pay every time he went to the line. Top 20 in free throw percentage.
He was a top 10 rebounder last season for good reason. He's an incredibly intense guy to compete with. And for a full game, too. I mean, just nonstop. Henson with the screen. Here's Snell. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. That one on Love.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
Well, after spending most of his career as a player who only got spot starts, Clark, Tony Snell was thrust into the starting lineup after being traded to the Bucks. He did as well as you could have hoped, given his track record.
Well, I tell you what, he really improved his efficiency, Kevin, and he gives you a little bit of everything on the wing. He can make shots, he can drive it, he can defend. I thought he did a really nice job blending into the team and providing them with what they needed. I don't know if he's a long-term solution in any team starting 5, but boy, he certainly warrants and merits consideration because of his versatility.
They get it back. Henson's shot is off. Cleveland's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Here's Shumpert. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. Milwaukee's gotten off 12 shots from beyond the arc tonight, hitting 7 of them. Count it. Dellavedova's got 6.
But not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
That's a pick by Love. It's Crowder on the wing, stolen by Henson. Antetokounmpo passes to Dellavedova. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Dellavedova's got 4 points in the quarter.
Good example there from Dellavedova of what concentration can do for that soft touch inside.
Out to Shumpert to halt the run. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. And it's 6 points for Iman Shumpert. The Bucks shooting around 48% so far in the third. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. He kicks it to Henson. And they double up Antetokounmpo. Here's Maker, and the dunk by Maker.
You know, I think, Kevin, they took a bit of a chance there going to the double team, and that left another guy open out there.
Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, focus, focus, focus. Just make the simple play.
Here's Shumpert. Here's Rose over Dellavedova. Rose gets the bucket. He's got 13.
And the defense tried to slow him down, but Derrick Rose just a handful when he gets around the rim.
15 seconds left in the third. In the corner, it's Maker from beyond the arc, and he's good on the 3-ball.
Man, it's so good to see how Dellavedova plays to his strengths, guys. I mean, specifically how he finds the open man. Nice.
And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks sitting pretty as the quarter comes to a close. Their lead all the way up there at 35 points. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. A chance now to hear Jason Kidd talking to his team moments ago.
We got some great looks. Great looks. Defensively, we're getting stops too.
The words of Jason Kidd in that huddle moments ago. Happy with the way his team is performing, hoping they can maintain the momentum they've captured.
Well, I mean, they're working together on both ends of the floor and doing a great job of playing at their pace.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. On the court for Cleveland, they've got Jefferson. Green is out there with Channing Frye. Then it's Rose, and it's Shumpert in at the shooting guard position. Henson with the screen. Dellavedova dishes to Henson. Now it's Shumpert running. He can go all the way. And then Shumpert slams it in.
And that's the role they want for Rose, getting guys going through his passing, especially when he can find them in rhythm.
And that last replay, courtesy of Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Here's Terry. It's deflected. Now Cleveland moving it up. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
That's his first personal foul.
And with D. Rose going through the free agent process this past summer, very different market than when he first signed his big extension back in 2012. But still, there were teams that wanted what he has to offer, and he'll make an impact.
Vaughn kicks to Dellavedova. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Jefferson passing to Frye. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Green dishes to Shumpert. Green with a screen on Terry. 5 to shoot. Here's Shumpert. There's Green with the 3. A rebound by the Bucks. And for Rose in his free agency, he isn't, Greg, the same player he once was, but he can still run a team, and he can get you some points.
Yeah, and his leadership
is a big part of the package now. He can be a good mentor to upcoming guards in an organization, act as kind of that bridge, if you will, for a team, or that missing piece for a franchise looking to make a run.
Inside, Green.
Oh, yes, sir. Come on, bring it.
Wow. We are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special.
A circus dunk for you right there, guys.
Here's Vaughn, defended by Jefferson. Lays it up and banks it in. Vaughn's got 4 this quarter.
And, you know, these are easy ones. Once you're this close, it's academic.
Right side, Shumpert. The dish now to Jefferson. Back to Shumpert. Launches a 3, and the 3-ball is good. Here's Vaughn. Clark, we've seen the bench celebration become almost an art form in the NBA over the past few seasons. Are you surprised this is a thing now?
Not at all. Again, when everything is captured and documented and you're going to have creativity and attention-grabbing celebration, so it's just part of the landscape.
And as Milwaukee continues to invest in the Bucks and this whole franchise, the upcoming stadium just one part of the equation. The team also starting their first year with an exclusive G League team.
Well, and that team is out in Oshkosh, Kevin, and should act as a really good resource for developing young players for the Bucks. I mean, a lot of teams have followed this trend, and the Bucks, they went from plan to action very quickly with that.
And Fry kicks to Korver. Back to Fry. Money from the wing.
Oh, great ball movement there.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Terry outside. Pass to Vaughn. Henson with the screen. It's stolen by Jefferson. Korver against Terry. Korver passes to Shumpert. They kick it out to Green. Fires for 3. Offensive rebound. Stolen by Dellavedova. And it's the Bucks on the break. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
There is no quit in Dellavedova. He is persistent. You've got to respect his ability to score despite getting slapped around at times.
Mirza Teletovic is checked in for John Henson. And we just had one of the closer MVP races in recent memory. Clark, do you define the MVP as a player with the most impressive stats, or the best player on the best team, or somewhere in between?
Kevin, to me, the MVP is an individual award. Clearly, we play a team game in the NBA, and a team's performance is part of that, but it's a small part of it to me. An MVP performance is one that not only has consistent, high-level statistical production, influences winning at a good rate, but also stands out in the magnitude of the moments this player has over the course of the season. Those two things drive the needle for me as an MVP voter if I had such a vote.
Terry kicks to Vaughn. There's a screen. Got a piece of it. Here we go, one-on-one. Korver. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
And Korver has made a living out of hitting that 3-ball. He has one of the quickest releases in the game.
Teletovic the screen. Terry with it. Now Green defending. And another 3 for Milwaukee.
And that's how you answer back.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, go right back at him. Show him you can shoot from outside all night long.
Shumpert, no good. Bucks have gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Here's Vaughn. And Clark, the topic of the need for league parity is something that's come up the last few years. Is that necessary for a healthy NBA?
I don't think so, Kevin. I mean, you can have it both ways. You can have tremendous popularity and success when you have a dominant team or 2 or 3. and you can also have it when there's great competitive balance. Currently, we have a circumstance and situation where the league is top-heavy in terms of championship contenders, but that won't last forever, and there will be a graduating back to a more competitive balance in time. So I think you enjoy the ride for what it is in the season and seasons that you have, whichever side of that coin you have.
Cleveland's gone 4-7 with the long ball here in the fourth quarter. Jefferson's shot is off. Milwaukee has gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. And he banks in the layup. Vaughn's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Shots are just flowing from him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Green kicks to Fry. Over Wilson. Wilson with the block. And it's out of bounds. The Cavaliers able to retain possession here. And the Bucks making a change here. Middleton's checked in. And a switch here also for Cleveland. Thompson's checked in. Fast break, Milwaukee. Terry's got the ball. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Terry's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, you've got to recognize how active Middleton is on defense. I mean, this is a guy that you can't afford to be careless around.
Kicks to Jefferson. Well, we know just how athletic the NBA has become since its inception. Clark, even from when you play, just how much faster and stronger has the game become?
I would say if we were going to try to put a percentage on it, I think it's grown 60-70% in terms of athleticism. And a lot of it is attributable to the training advances that have been made in sports science and sports medicine and sports performance. And that's benefited and aided the players greatly. And then you have players that have really bought into nutrition and year-round maintenance of their bodies and taking advantage of this technology to enhance performance. And then it becomes a herd mentality. More and more of the guys are doing it, and more of them are benefiting from this enhanced training. So I'd say it's at least 70% better than 30 years ago.
And he's fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up.
This is a fantastic performance in this half. He didn't play as well in the first, but you just know with this guy, he's always ready to turn it around.
And Cleveland making a change here. Rose is checked in.
Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the second half.
The screen from Thompson. And here's Rose. And Maker sends it back. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. Passes it to Terry. Kicks it down to Middleton. Thompson comes with the double team. Here's Vaughn. Green with the rebound. The Cavaliers shooting here about 46% for the game. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And referee play review is something that is still relatively new in the NBA. Clark, do you think it should be expanded?
I think we should continue to modify and refine it and be careful to not look to overdo it. But we also want to make sure we're using it productively and prudently. So modify it, refine it, evaluate it each year, and try to make really good use of it in the areas where it can be most effective in enhancing the calls that are made in the game.
Terry against Rose. Inside, and Green slams it in.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
John Henson's checked in for the Bucks. Free throw good, Green.
And the former Hoya Green, a rangy forward who can both score and defend from all areas of the floor.
Terry against Rose. Maker kicks to Middleton. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Yeah, that was actually no defense at all there, Greg. I mean, layups don't come any easier than that. I mean, they're piling it on now.
Such a strong finisher for a floor general.
He was up high, and he came down hard. Exquisitely done.
That's the uncanny ability he has to find a teammate for an easy basket or get one himself.
Back to Henson. The feed to Terry. 6 on the shot clock. Henson sets a screen for Terry. Off the screen, they get it back. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
You know, Kevin, you got to be careful guarding Henson when he's deep inside. A physical big man who doesn't shy away from the contact.
And Clark, we know that players are evaluated in a historical perspective, largely by how many rings they have. Do you think that's a fair way to evaluate things?
I don't think you can solely evaluate an individual player in a team sport by the number of rings he's been able to win. Clearly, it can be part of the criteria, especially if you're talking about great players who have had similar careers. It can be a differentiator. But to me, it doesn't necessarily carry the weight that some people like to give it in evaluating players. Individual performance over time is what, to me, marks the hallmark of a player worthy of Hall of Fame consideration or being talked about being one of the greats in the game.
Vaughn. Shot clock reset for the Bucks. He gets that one. 9 points for Henson.
Henson, very skilled down low. At almost 7 feet tall, the defense cannot allow him to get deep position.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Bucks.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
Especially because they're going to get together 3 more times this season, Greg. You love to get an opponent figured out early, and you're going to be seeing them that often.
And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
And Henson pulls it down. Terry with it. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. They double him with Green. Terry kicks to Henson. Maker dishes to Middleton. It's out of bounds. Last touch by Korver.
Yeah, you love the effort. Just getting the hand in there and knocking it out.
Really came close to the pilfer, but they'll take that effort. Mucking things up is sometimes just as good as a steal.
It's Terry outside. Thompson with the rebound. One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Jabari, looks like you're getting back in stride, and you have certainly had adversity with the knee injuries the last few years. How have you been able to battle through them?
It's been tough, to tell you the truth, but, you know, the race is not won to the swift, but the one to endure, so I'm trying to keep that motive.
You have certainly endured and thrived, Jabari. Thanks for your time. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.